Let us take a look at 10 of the world's most dangerous and deadly weapons that have been created by mankind. It will not surprise you that all of these weapons are 20th century inventions, though of some of the ancestry can be traced back thousands of years. We will start off with three weapons that can be used by a single soldier before moving over the big stuff. RPG, rocket propelled grenade. With the RPG, you can fire anti-tank rockets from the shoulder. Based on the Nazi Germany's Panzerfaust, it was developed into feared anti-tank weapon. A soldier with limited training and a cheap and simple rocket-propelled grenade can destroy a multi-million-dollar tank. It was widely used against the Americans in the Vietnam War by the Viet Cong and the People's Army. When the Soviet army invaded Afghanistan, they faced the Mujahideen, who quickly became very adept in the use of it against tanks and military vehicles. In the middle of the 1950s, the American army developed their version of RPG, which became known as the lightweight anti-tank weapon. RPGs remain the menace of armored vehicles and tanks since their inception. Number 9. DSR-50, the 50 cal sniper rifle. The DSR-50 is bolt action sniper rifle chambered to fire the massive 50 cal BMG round. It is based on the DSR-1, a specialized sniper rifle for police sharpshooters. The DSR-50 has an integrated hydraulic recoil damping system in the buttstock and an integral muzzle brake which reduces the perceived muzzle blast. Designed to punch holes in lightly armored military vehicles, we will leave what happens when you shoot a person to your imagination. 8. Flamethrower. What is a flamethrower? A flamethrower is a classed as an incendiary device that is specifically designed to the project fire in a stream that is long and controllable. Flamethrowers were used first by ancient Greeks as far back as the 1st century AD. In more modern times, flamethrowers were utilized throughout the First World War by the Germans and more commonly used in the Second World War. Not all flamethrowers are the same. Some are designed to project a stream of fire that is caused by flammable liquid that has been ignited. Others are designed to project a long flame of gas. Liquids are the most common type used in military flamethrowers. Commercial devices optimized to use propane and natural gases and high pressure ones, and as they are generally considered safer to use. Military uses for flamethrowers were mainly centered around attacking fortifications, bunkers, etc. Civilian uses for the flamethrowers tend to be the more agricultural in nature. They are useful for clearing fields. For example, flamethrowers come in many forms. Portable ones tend to be two-part devices, a backup for the fuel and a tube for the output. They can also be vehicle mounted for easy use, simple to operate and maintain. You certainly do not want to be on the receiving end of them, making them number 8 on our list. Number 7. Squarer Gustav. Squarer Gustav. This was the name given to a German 80 centimeters railway gun, a huge piece of artillery designed to be shot from a railway wagon. It was developed in the late 1930s by Krupp of Essen as artillery for the explicit purpose of destroying the main ports of the French Maginot Line during a siege. At the time, these were the strongest fortifications in existence. Gustav could fire shells weighing 7 tons to a distance 47 kilometers. When fully assembled to Square Gustav weighed nearly 1,350 tons. The Germans designed this piece of artillery to be prepared for the Battle of France. The biggest gun of World War II was not ready to do battle when the battle began. 6. Nimitz class aircraft carrier. US Nimitz class at over 10,000 feet. The Nimitz class aircraft warrior carriers are the world's biggest warships, costing around US $4.5 billion for each. They are also the most expensive. The 100,000 ton carriers can hold up to 90 aircraft and are fitted with anti-aircraft guns and missiles. Chimera virus. In ancient mythology, a chimera was an animal formed from parts of different animals, like a hippogriff or a griffin, which aptly described this virus. A chimera virus is made by combining the DNA of two or more other viruses. In the 1980s, the Soviets were experimenting with them, and at last the Soviet Union was discovered this chimera virus. Russia's aviation thermobaric bomb of increased power. In 2007, the Russians successfully tested and released their aviation thermobaric bomb of increased power, quickly nicknamed the father of all bombs, FOAB and ICBM. The Intercontinental Ballistic Missile is a ballistic missile that is guided to the target. It can travel at least 3,400 miles and was built primarily for transporting of nuclear weapons. With the advancing of technology, it came to fruition that an ICBM could be used to launch several nuclear warheads at once because of the MIRV. 2. MIRV. The MIRV, which is a multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle, is a payload for ballistic missiles that can contain multiple warheads. The next step was a multiple re-entry vehicle (MRV) missile that could carry numerous warheads that were all dispersed but not individually aimed, which resulted in a blast similar to a shotgun. Number one, Tsar Bomba. Every aspect of the phrase weapons of mass destruction applies to the Tsar Bomba. The weapon was the Soviet Union's rebuttal to the United States nuclear program. A massive device designed to decimate everything that was the bomb was. Only one was ever detonated, and that was enough. Tsar Bomba remains the most powerful device used denoted by mankind. Of course, the most powerful nuclear bomb ever detonated has a massive mushroom cloud. The B-41 had a maximum yield of 25 megatons TNT, while the Tsar Bomba had a maximum yield of 100 megatons of TNT.